So guys, I have a disability. Tension goes up in the room when that happens, doesn't it? Because I've gone and said I've got a disability, and nobody can tell what it is yet. So now, silently, we're all playing a little game, aren't we? We're all playing Guess the Disability. But don't worry, I'm going to bring it out quite quickly. Basically, I was born with one hand smaller than the other, and it's a bit misshapen, and it looks like a Monster Munch. And I know that's true, because I did this, right? I did that joke, and some Americans text me after my gig, saying they'd had some Monster Munch on the way home, and they were really nice, and they do look like your hand. It's called Poland syndrome, but I just call it Beagle's mitten. Fuck it. It's a birth defect. It's a birth defect caused by a lack of oxygen to the fetus when it's in the womb. I researched that. It's an interesting way to find out your mum's into asphyxiation, isn't it? But there you go, whatever she's, don't judge my mum. Don't kick shame my mum. Hope it was worth it, Mandy. But you'd be forgiven for thinking, right, that I must have had quite a hard time at school with a visible disability like this. But I worked out really, really quickly that to other 4-year-old lads, this was interesting as fuck. I loved it, right? They would come over, they'd be like, what happened? I just get to tell them anything. I was like, it was a shark attack. They loved that one. One time I just said my dad did it to me, left it there. Never clarified it. The other way that I used to impress the lads was just chase girls around the playground with my hand because they were scared of it. I convinced them it was contagious. You're allowed to laugh. And the thing is, I was building on sand because I hit my teen years, I wanted to get a girlfriend, right? And they all remembered me as the guy that used to chase them around the fucking playground. No one wanted to be fingered by me, is what I'm trying to say. With that. But you know, I was having a good time, but things needed to change, right? I had a lot of surgery on my hand, right? I had my hand was webbed at one point like a fucking duck, right? I was a fucking good swimmer. I got all those badges quick, right? I could use it as a cup, I remember doing it. If I still had it today, I could go to Pret and just be like, can I get a double espresso? But I couldn't open doors, tie my shoelaces or anything like that. And thankfully, when I was about 11, my parents got a call from this guy in Leeds who fixes things for kids. He was a surgeon, alright? Fuck off. He was a surgeon. And we went to Leeds, and I remember stood there, 11-year-old me, and I remember him saying, what we're going to do to you, Richard, is we're going to remove these 2 fingers that you can't use, and we're going to replace them with the second biggest toe on each foot. What the fuck are you talking? What, sorry? I remember saying to the guy, does this mean I'm going to have 3 feet now? And I shit you not, he just went, well, that's up to you. You can. So we went with it, and that's toes on my hand. What a time to be alive, man. When I play football, I just pick it up and run around. And every single girl I've ever slept with has been toed in the hole. Horrible, isn't it? Imagine thinking of that at 37. It's nice we can talk about this stuff though, isn't it? It's great. Just start my watch there. I used to be worried about talking about my disability. Not anymore. You know, like a lot of blokes, I was very bad about talking about my feelings. I wasn't very good at it at all. You know, even still today, when my mates ask me about my feelings, I immediately turn into the football manager, Sean Dyche. If you don't know who Sean Dyche is, he sounds like he's got a Lambert and Butler bedspread. So if someone asks me how I am, I'll just go, oh, you know, I'm just taking it day by day, man. Just trying to get some wins under my belt. Depression's come in with a good game plan, really, and its use of anxiety down the wings has been fantastic, so hats off to it. I'm just going to come back next season and be stronger. That's how I talk about mental health, right? So ladies, this is why I'm so jealous of your friendships. Because you guys talk to each other. And you're really good at it, right? I saw this thing that I want to call a sad girl coffee morning. We're in Balham, so we're primed for this kind of thing. Yeah. Sad girl coffee morning is where one girl is sad about something and the group chat mobilises. And they all decide to meet up in a public place and trauma bond with each other. And it happened, I saw this one, it was in a nice cafe, it was in Clapham Common, of course it was. You had to wear leggings to get in. And there was these 3 women on a table. They were immaculate. They were all wearing Lululemon, they hadn't been running. And they were all just holding hands and crying. And I thought, good for them. Because I'll never experience this as a straight man. This level of friendship is unlockable to me. So I was listening away. And the original girl who was in the middle, she was the one that summoned them, you know. One of her friends had brought tarot cards to see what was going to happen next. And look, I've got no problem with astrology. I just don't need astrology to tell me which planets are making me sad. Because it's Earth. I listened away, and this girl was talking away, and she was saying, well, I was dating this guy for like 5 months, and I thought it was going really well, but a couple of nights ago he told me that he didn't think we had a long future, we were too different, so rather than dragging it out and leading me on, he just wanted to put a boundary in place and end things there and then. And I thought that was healthy, but apparently not, because her best friend went, fuck that guy! Fuck him! She went to war for her, right? It was brilliant. And then she's still crying, she's still trying to make excuses for him, right? She's going, yeah, but I think it's because he's got these commitment issues. And she came up with the best line ever. She went, he hasn't got commitment issues, babe. He's got a tattoo on his face. You can't argue with that. Brilliant line. And then her other friend wants to get involved, right? And then she does this thing called girl bossing or boss girling. I don't know which way around it is, but which blokes would do it. You say a compliment which is not related to what's going on, and it takes her mind off things. So she's crying away, going, oh, fuck it, yeah, I'm really sad, but fuck it. And her friend gets up, puts her hand on her shoulder, and she goes, babe, you deadlifted 85 kg. You don't fucking need it. I'm over here going, what the fuck is the connection here? What? Fascinating! But it worked, they started talking about other stuff, right? Like, why is that guy in leggings staring at us? I'm jealous of this, right? Because a couple of years ago, I had a breakup. I texted my best friend. You know what I got that? You know what I got back? A fucking gif of Ricky Gervais doing that fucking dance. That's all I got from him. After 15 years of friendship, that's it. And then he was like, oh, do you want to come down the gym with me? I don't want to go down the gym, Dave. I want to go to a nice patisserie I've seen on TikTok. That's it. And I want Simon to come as well, and I want to hold hands with you, and I want to fucking vomit for the first 10 years. I didn't have the balls to say that, did I? I went, no, I'm just taking it day by day, man. At the end of the day, the best man won. I felt sorry for this girl. She was going to have to go back on the dating scene. That's hard, you know. Hinge, Tinder, they're very discerning. I'm very discerning on them myself. I once swiped left on a girl because her friend looked loud. I was chatting to this girl on Hinge once, and it was quite good. It was late night chat, right? And she went, Richard, how big is your penis? And I said, well, on the one hand, it's average. I'm going to leave you on one thing, right? I did go on a date with a girl, and it taught me a bit of a lesson. She was a really cool Swedish photographer, and how did I know this? I've been Googling her. And the date started going really well, quite quickly. She started holding my hand, this one. And one of the things that, I hadn't told her about it, so I was freaking out, and she's going to notice shit, she's going to notice. But I forgot this thing about my hand while I was in that turmoil. When they did the surgery, the nerve endings aren't very good. So when I'm holding somebody's hand, sometimes I do it a bit too tight. I can't tell. And sometimes they're trying to get out and I can't tell. So this situation was obviously happening, and she then spoke up, and I said, I'm sorry, I've got this condition with my hand. And she said, I know. And I said, how? And she said, I've been Googling you. The first thing that came up was comedian with small hands. She said she just wanted to hold my hand at the beginning of the day to get it over with and just let me know that she don't care about that and everything's okay. It never worked out for me with her. She had this mole on her face. Fucking horrible.